Hello, guys, and welcome to another episode of Cocoa in the Sun podcast. I am your host, Malika Critchlow. Happy to be here today to talk about what's been going on. So, this changes something here. Oh, I spelled it wrong. I have to rename it again. Anyway, so last time we spoke, I think we spoke about Thanksgiving and being grateful and what I was grateful for, stuff like that. Wow, this light is really beautiful today, but you can't see my face. Um, so today, what did I want to talk about? Um, oh, so I had such beautiful comments and feedback from a few members, and I just want to thank you guys for any interaction that you have with me. It really helps me. I feel better about reading the books, and it helps me know that other people enjoy it. So I hadn't had a book that I felt like I wanted to read. I hadn't had any callings I wanted to read, but the past, like, I cannot believe this, sad is to say, the past few days, since last week, one of the comments had mentioned a Dolores Cannon book, Horn of the Goddess. I have listened to it in Audible, but I haven't bought it. But I was thinking prior to that, maybe Jesus and the Essenes, or Those Who Walked with Jesus by also Dolores Cannon, which is based off of the past life regressions she's done on some of her patients or her clients, remembering that the time that they had seen him or they had known him or interacted with him, stuff like that. So I was thinking about that. And then she mentioned the Horn Goddess. And I was like, yeah, I think I should do a Dolores Cannon book, but I haven't figured out which one yet. But also in the comment, I think we talked about Mary Magdalene. So as you guys know, I love Mary Magdalene, the Magdalene manuscript. I've really loved reading that one. So I thought maybe we should continue with Mary Magdalene and just read the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, the Coptic Gnostic book that was found in Egypt. I think it's missing like 6 pages, they said, the original text. But this book is written by somebody called Jean-Yves Leloup. And basically, he provides a translation, but then he's also providing some commentary on the translation. I don't even know if this is a woman or a man. I'm saying he. I have no idea. So I thought we could read that one. I haven't read it yet. Um, I've looked at the Gospel of Mary Magdalene on YouTube and where other people have just read it and given like a mild translation, but I haven't actually read the book. I don't know exactly what the book contains. I just looked at the table of contents and I saw he has like here's a preface, then the actual translation of it, and the translation with his commentary or her commentary of what they think it means. I think it should be an interesting read. Being that the last book was the Magdalene manuscript, we can stay in that vein and then see what comes after. Maybe I'll have more clarification on which Dolores Cannon book um, to read. I don't know. But this is the first thing that has come up that I feel excited to read, that I feel like I should read. Because I haven't been really feeling called to read a book, and I'm very excited to do this and to get back on with the podcast and more regular episodes. So, what do you guys think? I think that's what I was gonna do. What else? Any updates with me? Trying to think of any specific updates. So I'm still doing the Ann Tucker Soul Conversions and still having lots of dreams at night. And I do think the dreams are assisting with healing. It is really clarifying what I am healing or what affects my outlook on life, like what my core beliefs are, or stuff that the thing is like when it comes up, and after talking to the dream analyst and her identifying it, I'm like, yeah, I felt like that for years, but never put a voice to it, never clearly clarified it. Yeah, and I think doing that and being able to go back to where it began or why I was feeling that way really helps. Or sometimes I don't even know. Sometimes it's stuff from my childhood that I don't know when it began or why it began or how it began, but I know at a certain age I started feeling this way or that way, and that way of thinking and feeling has progressed through my whole life, and I think it affects how I engage with life. And the the soul convergence recordings are bringing these things to the surface for me to see. And I think being aware of it is integral to the releasing of it, the acknowledging of it, the seeing of it. Uh, yeah, being aware of it allows it to be released and transmuted, I think. Loving it, not othering it. So I think I mentioned some of the stuff I was progressing through previously and have some new things added. And it's just true. It's just true. So prior to that, I think I told you guys I was processing feeling abandoned. But these things are all like under layers. So I feel like that, but I go through my day fine, not in a position of um yes. Uh, I hope it's clean. Um, I'm sorry. There's somebody working on something here. So, yeah. So so it's dealing with abandonment, not feeling accepted, feeling excluded, not being included. Um, and the dreams were showing this, right? They were creating situations in the dream where I was excluded, or I wasn't heard, or I didn't matter, or I didn't feel supported, or I didn't feel like anyone. Like if I was treated badly in the dream, no one stuck up for me. But I have been sticking up for myself in the dream and being very vocal when I don't feel I am treated well, which is kind of cool too. So the dreams will show me those things, different dreams. It will come up. One second, guys. Okay. So yeah, so the dreams would show me like situations like that would happen. And they generally don't use the people that make me feel like that in my life. They just use different figures. Sometimes it's not people I even know or anything like that. Um, to create the situation so I can feel it through the dream. The thing is though, I don't ever identify exactly what it is until I meet with the dream analyst and we go over it and she's like, well, this is saying this and this is saying this is a theme throughout all your dreams, stuff like that. So that has been cool. I think I wrote it down, but I don't have my phone here. And then so Now it looks like I'm dealing with stuff but not feeling heard, no one having time to deal with what I need to process. If I had questions or if I wasn't happy about something, if I had feelings about something, no one having time as a kid to process it with me. Or I'm not sure they actually said that, but I think that I interpreted their actions by trying to read what was expected of me, not wanting to um, stress them out. So I'm not sure where exactly I got that understanding, right? There's not an incident that sticks out. So there's like nobody's to specifically blame, but I do have that understanding of not wanting to be a bother, that my needs are bothersome and trying to deal with it on my own. And so that was coming up this week, not being heard and wanting to bother anyone with whatever I need or my, any questions, anything I need to understand or process, any feelings, having traumatic experiences or feelings, and then just moving forward, not taking time to process it as well. That also came through in the dreams. Um, what else? Of my seat being taken. So I guess feeling like what was rightfully mine being taken from me and taking it back. Whatever I thought it was, that's also coming up in the dream. I think that has been a theme throughout my life too. Feeling that way, feeling like what is supposed to be for me not coming to fruition, being taken by others, and me being dismissed as I don't need it or it's not important that I get what I'm supposed to get. So all of that was coming up in the dreams, and all these things I didn't know I was um feeling because it's been so buried and so deep, but it's been how I've been operating. So I cannot think. I mean, the things she's saying, like I could see it repeating throughout my life in different ways, in different situations, with different people, different environments, the same thing. So all these things are coming up to heal because of the soul convergence, the Antakas soul convergence, and it's coming up with the dreams. So I think dreams are really important, whether you do the soul convergence or not, in telling you or helping you progress along your path. Now, the dreams don't really tell me how to heal it. I think the awareness of it is part of the healing, but I also think that the recordings and the angels coming in to help with the healing uh, do a lot of work that I am not aware of. So that's it. Also, I was dealing with the other day feeling guilty for to um not wanting to engage with people I don't want to engage with that I don't feel good about, but still wanting to help and but not wanting to help. Like not wanting to engage with them, but feeling bad that I don't want to go help them or I don't want to, yeah, I don't want to help. I just don't want to engage. I was feeling a lot of guilt about it. And what came through for me was with my help of my guides and dreams, was that it's okay. It's actually best for me to do or to be with people or situations, environments, conditions that want the best for me, that I enjoy being in, that I'm loved in, that I thrive in, and that being around people that do not value me, even if they need help, can be um it could set me back because being in their presence and then having to deal with probably what they would say, even though I'm in a position helping them, still saying things uh, that could be hurtful unintentionally, um, could set me back due to my sensitivities, especially right now as I am trying to regroup and heal. Maybe back again. Sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, so just bringing that up. So I've been dealing with not being heard thing, not wanting to bother anyone, my seat being taken. And the dream literally, somebody was trying to take my seat and I sat back down so they couldn't take it, like literally. Um, so I don't necessarily know how the healing is occurring, but I do know I'm much lighter about it. I don't feel the same ways. I feel like I just be feeling better and better. So I don't know like all the subtle ways, the because it's angels that she uses through the recordings that are channeled. So I do believe in angels. So I do believe that a lot of healing is occurring with the angels. I just don't know specifics. I do know, though, that I'm being more aware of the things that are hurting me. So many different layers that I didn't think of. And then, like, some of the dreams show healing, right? It shows progress. Like, I'll come out the next side of a really dark building into the light, into green hills, or I think, like, I took my seat back, which shows, like, I took my seat back. Um, I wasn't sorry that I took my seat. I really wasn't sorry. So feeling much better, like about stuff like that, more confident, feeling a lot more loved, more harmonious connection with life as a whole. Looking forward to the surprises that life has for me, the good surprises, the things that I don't know what's going to come into my field to um, bring me more joy and more bliss and more love and more connection and more understanding of myself and this universe, the galaxy, and that I'm in, you know? So all of that is like exciting and knowing that it'll be good things, not thinking of what's going to be bad next, but what's going to be good next. So, like my thinking's changing. Um, so yeah. And then that's not to say like sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I hope this goes well. I don't know if this will happen. But then I'm like, it'll go well, it'll work out, it'll be the best thing, it'll be better than I thought it was gonna be. And it is usually. So um yeah, so that's it. So I thought maybe we can start the Gospel of Mary Magdalene. This is the book I got off Amazon. So let's start it today. Do you guys want to start with everything? So let's start with everything because we do the forward and everything, right? Yeah, I'm gonna do everything. I'm not gonna skip anything. I think after this, I also have another one. Which one do I have? The Gospel of Philip, I think. Oh, there's the Gospel of Thomas as well, and the Sacred Embrace of Jesus and Mary. So I might get those two as well. Maybe we should do these episodes before we go to Dolores. Okay, so the Gospel of Mary first came to light in Cairo in 1896, some 50 years before the revolutionary discovery in Nag Hammadi, Egypt, of what have come to be known as the Gnostic Gospels, the most well-known of which is the Gospel of Thomas. Like them, the Gospel of Mary offers the modern man or woman a new perception of the immensity of Christianity and the figure of Jesus. It is clear that in both root and essence, the teaching of Jesus is a vision and a way that has been given to mankind from a source far above our known qualities of mind and sensibility. The luminosity and mystery of what he said and did 2,000 years ago is a shock from above that changed the world and that continues to re rever I can't believe I can't pronounce this word. Reverberate in the hopes of millions over the whole face of the earth. But the inner and outer conditions of modern life are such that it has become nearly impossible for many of us to hear the spiritual traditions of the world. The Gospel of Mary, taken with the inspired commentary of Jean-Yves Leloup, can help toward making the teaching of Jesus once again alive. That is unknown, not in the negative sense, but in the great and fertile meaning of that word. I walked in the rain today, guys. That's why my hair looks so crazy. I went to the park for a walk and it was raining. And I walked in the rain because I find rain to be healing and cleansing. And today I had my meeting with the dream analyst. So I felt this was helping me cleanse some of the things I was being aware of. And I loved walking with the trees, in the trees, with the rain and the wind. I felt like it was like special. It wasn't a lot of rain, it was like drizzle rain, but it made my hair frizz. So please forgive me. I'm always apologizing for my hair, and I need to just show up as I am and not worry about these physical aspects. But I do still. Anyway, every spiritual teaching sounds a call from above. But as the present text announces and demonstrates, the central aim of the teaching of Jesus is to sensitize us to the above and also calls to us from within ourselves. The immensity of Christianity takes its interior meaning as a sign of an immensity within the self of every human being. There's a lot of immensity in self, a lot of, I would say, academic speech. I tend to favor simple understandings, but we shall plod on. As a path of inner awakening, as a path of deep self-knowledge, that is to say, gnosis, it invites and supports the inner struggle to attend, to hear and obey one's own self, God in oneself. Well, I got that. And I like knowing more about the God within me and what it wants to do and how I want to live. And what is freedom to me? And what is bliss to me? What is love to me? What is joy to me? The God that I am, the goddess that I am, because I am being, I am living. And how does the goddess that I am want to experience I aming? Anyways, as Jean-Yves Leloup suggests, this is the intimate meaning of anthropos, to be fully human oneself, the incarnation of God. This is an unknown teaching, not in the philosophical or theological sense, nor in the sense that it has never been seen, it's never been said before, but in the sense that our ordinary thoughts and feelings can never really penetrate it. And it is unknown in the sense that we live our lives on the surface of ourselves, not knowing the one thing about our own being that is necessary for us to know, and that would bring us every good we could seriously wish for. We are speaking of an unknown part of ourselves, which is at the same time the essential part of ourselves, the teacher within, our genuine identity. The way, and it is surely the way that is offered by all the spiritual traditions of the world, is the practice and the community supporting the practice that opens a relationship between our everyday sense of self and the self or spirit. This interior relationship between self and spirit, we are told, is made possible through the inner cultivation of a specific quality of conscious attention and intelligence that in this tradition is referred to by the Greek term nous, or higher mind. So the higher mind allows for the communication between your spirit and your human self. It is the realm of intermediate attention and of mediating conscious forces in the cosmos that are mythologized as the angelic realms in the esoteric traditions of the world's religions. It is in this miraculous yet lawful mediating contact between the higher and the lower within ourselves that the deeper, intimate experience of conscious love is given. A conscious love for our starved and confused self that is at the same time love for our neighbor whose inner condition of metaphysical poverty is identical to our own. So basically, self-love leads to loving others. Mm, I like that. As Jean-Yves de Loup shows us, this is the love that is spoken of in the words of Jesus. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. If you do not love yourself, you cannot love your neighbor. You must love yourself. You must love yourself. So that is the beginning of the journey. What is that? How does that look? How does that expand? How does it deepen? What does it mean in the different stages of discovering that love? For me right now, is putting my needs and my joy before others that don't value me. And I struggled with that because I think I am a pleaser. Yeah. It may progress past that as my love for myself grows and I'm stronger within myself. I'll probably be less affected by others and be able to engage with them in a way that doesn't harm me. But until that occurs, I am not engaging because my joy is pertinent. It's pertinent. And if it affects my joy, not going there. So thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. It is a love that cannot be commanded, but that we are obliged to recognize as the defining attribute of our essential self. So this happens naturally. You can't just say, love your neighbor, and you just have to do it. You can do the act of it, but you wouldn't really be genuinely, authentically be loving them. One of the most remarkable aspects of the Gospel of Mary Magdalene is that the more it shows us about the meaning of Christianity, the more the mystery deepens. This paradox is due surely to the fact that, like every truly spiritual communication, it speaks to us both on the surface and at deep unconscious levels at the same time. So I was saying, like with angel healings, like I'm being aware of what it's healing, but I don't know how it's healing it. Not yet. While at the intellectual level, it points to the resolution of apparent contradictions that sometimes drive us away from belief in the objective existence of the good. It at the same time opens the heart to a silent recognition of homecoming, the joy of what we knew without words all along, but had all but given up hope of finding. No mystery is greater or more welcome than this, that above our minds, in the depths of silence, we may be given to know ourselves as being and as created to serve the good, both for God and our neighbor. This was written by Jacob Needleman, Department of Philosophy, San Francisco State University, the author of Lost Christianity and the American Soul. Well, it did seem very academic. There was a lot of academics there. Preface. Who is Mary Magdalene? Research for our play, Mary Magdalene, about a young woman who finds a challenging and strengthening relationship to Mary Magdalene through her dream life, led us to France, where the Magdalene tradition lives strongly. I also feel like a lot of my relationship with her is through my dream life. Dreams, y'all. They be telling y'all stuff. I tell it like try to remember your dreams. There are tricks to it. If you're not dreaming or you can't remember your dreams, you can ask your guides, your angels, your higher self, your divine self. I refer to my higher self as my divine self, your soul or your soul self to help you remember your dreams. You can just ask for that if it's for your highest good and to help with your healing. You can also wake it, like set an alarm for an hour and a half before you have to get up. It'll wake you out of sleep, but then you'll go back to sleep and you'll remember your dreams when you wake up in that hour and a half because your dream is lighter. You can, I think those are two ways that should work if you want to try to remember your dreams. And then you have to look for proper dream interpretation books that you resonate with. So I think that your guides and angels will use what you like to try and send you messages, right? So in that way, it's not like no one book is correct. It's just which one resonates with you, and they'll try to send you messages using what you use to interpret. So I used to use, I still kind of, much less now, I used to use the Isling Dream Dictionary, and I think it's pretty good, but I did not, it didn't resonate for me, their definition for what a Black woman represents in your dreams. I think it says fear or fears. And being a Black woman, I just, it just didn't resonate with me. I think it could resonate for others based on their own experiences. And so that book or that form of interpretation will work for you. But also like, I have had help from Kali, and she's a goddess that is Black. And she has been nothing but love for me and helping me to love myself and set boundaries for myself and destroying things and removing me from things that are not of love for me. And she's not been fearful. So, so I'm not going to say I don't use it. I use it much less and I feel more resistant to using it now, um, based on that definition in that dream dictionary. Now I feel like maybe everything isn't so right in its interpretation for me. So, I have found Edgar Casey's Dream Dictionary as well. It doesn't have as many things as the Iceland Dream Interpretation Dictionary that is online. But I like it as an alternative for me. Also, like my angels and my guides have been using what they used before I found that dream interpretation dictionary, which is like, YouTube and Instagram uh videos randomly to help me understand things that I don't if I ask them for clarity and understanding. So that also works. But the icing one is pretty good if it resonates with you. There's a lot of dream options there and it can really help you. Um, and I think the book is written, I'm not sure he has a very diverse pool of people to have dreams from to kind of have a more diverse options for what different things could mean. I think it's basically off of his own experience, probably. And I don't think uh, that his interpretation of a Black woman would be wrong for him. It could be his own experience in his own dreams with that figure. Um, so I don't think it's like mean or intentional. I think he's really trying to help by sharing what these things mean to him or the people that he knows and it can help many people. But I just could not resonate with it and tried to find other options. And I find like my guides and my angels are helping me use other options. So I think whatever you prefer to use as to help you with the interpretation, they'll use that to help you with your dreams, to help you understand yourself. The dreams will resonate that way. So good luck with that. Anyway, halfway up, let me start with because I think we got lost there. Research for our play, Mary Magdalene, about a young woman who finds a challenging and strengthening relationship to Mary Magdalene through her dream life, led us to France, where the Magdalene tradition lives strongly. Halfway up the hill to the cathedral at Vézelay, a nexus of Magdalene devotion in a little stone bookstore opening onto the steep stone street, Joseph Rowe handed us the Gospel of Mary Magdalene in its original French. Completely enchanted by it, we arranged for Mr. Rowe, a very talented translator, dramatist, and musician, to translate it into English. It became our charge to provide the foreword for this translation. The fruits of our research, we hope, would place Mary in some context, thereby perhaps making the reading of her gospel more potent. It became our charge to provide the foreword for this. Oh, I'm reading it over, sorry. Accomplishing this meant that we needed to find Mary both historically and geographically. You guys can't see me, the sun! We explored references to her in the Christian Gospels and the Gnostic text. We traveled to Israel and to the south of France to follow her historical and mythical trail. We reviewed great art of the ages to see how others perceived her. We read as many books as we could find. We asked each other many questions, exploring our own perceptions, and we meditated and prayed for guidance and insight. Our search is not over. It continues to be a remarkable journey. We consider her reemergence and renewed awareness of her importance as an essential remembering of the feminine. The way in which Jean-Yves Leloup honors Mary Magdalene's presence in his commentaries on her gospel contributes greatly to the convergence of her memory with the priceless wisdom of direct knowing, the true meaning of gnosis. The earliest materials that refer to Mary Magdalene appear from two very different sources: the canonical Gospels of the New Testament and a group of fringe materials that have come to be known as the Gnostic Gospels, which were rejected by the Roman Catholic Church. Okay, I think I'm going to stop there for today. And that's it. Oh, another Black woman that I have found to be very healing along my journey is the Black Madonna. I was very intrigued with her and not fearful at all. So I think if I wasn't a Black woman, I probably wouldn't have had such a big issue with the translation of a Black woman in that dream dictionary. Um, or if I hadn't had these interactions with these beautiful energies. Um, so, but you'll find what's right for you. I still recommend the Isaac Dream Interpretation Dictionary to a lot of people because I feel like it'll help them. It just wasn't a complete fit for me. And I still would use it now and then to find little meanings to see if I have an idea. Yeah. Anyways, guys, I think that's it for today. Hope you have a great day. I'm about to make some curry shrimp. I already made the rice. Um, Thinking about making some cookies, but I don't know. And I felt like I had something else I wanted to tell you, but I can't remember now. So I hope you guys like the new choice. I hope to do the podcast at least twice a week. Fingers crossed. If not twice a week, at least once a week. Hope you have a great weekend, that you know you're loved, that I see the light of the sun reflecting on the computers, the rainbow lights. I just love it. Ooh. that you're gentle with yourself, that you love yourself, that you treat yourself well, that you don't guilt yourself into situations that are not healthy for you. You know what? As I was walking in the rain today, I had an understanding that even the people that are difficult for me to be around, they were a form of medicine for me to help in my healing prior. But I'm not sick that way anymore, so I don't need that medicine anymore. I looked at it as that. I don't know. That's what came to me in the rain. So I don't know if that helps anyone. It's not a medication I need to take anymore. Um, what else? Miracles, I guess. I just want to talk about that really quickly. Miracles to me happen in my life in ways that are seem ordinary, but when you look back at it, you're like, no, that was kind of amazing how that happened. So the job that I have now, which I'm grateful for, but I'm still not sure how it applies to what brings me bliss, but I know it takes care of me in the way that I like to be taken care of. And the job is tolerable. If I had to do something I didn't really particularly care to do, this is what I would like to do. Um, Even that job was a miracle, being from where I was prior. Um, how it came to me was a miracle, and how it's progressed while I'm there is a miracle. And, you know, the fact that bills are able to be paid and needs are met, and I'm able to share with others, that's a miracle. Um, so yeah, I have started noticing the miracles in my life that appear like it's just ordinary things, but it's not. It's really just magical how it came to be. And I'm really grateful for it. And I think acknowledging them brings more. More love, more bliss, more joy, more experiences that bring me all those things, more good into my life. That's for me. More things I like learning about, more understandings, more connections, more harmony, more harmonious relationship, more favor, more knowing of what I enjoy, what is for me, more confidence in self, more love of self, more understanding of self, more knowing. So yeah, so I don't know. I hope that helps anyone. Please, I love your comments. Share any thoughts, interactions, any insights. What do you guys think about the book? Is it a good choice? Till we figure out what the Dolores Cannon book should be. I do think I need to do the Dolores Cannon book, but maybe I should do the series first, and then we can do the Dolores Cannon book. What do y'all think? I don't know. Let me know. Have a great weekend and love yourself, even if it's just getting your favorite thing to eat or watching your favorite show or going to bed when you're tired or not doing things you have to do, but things you want to do. All right, bye, guys.